My name's Toby de Berg, and I'm CEO of Cineon, company here at the Science Park. So Cineon is an eye tracking company that uses eye tracking to make virtual reality adaptive to the psychological state of the user. So we can make kind of very effective training and therapies based on emotional adaptation. AI is used in the work that we do. So we have an AI model that's based on certain eye movement metrics that can predict user responses based on eye movements alone. So one example of where the software is used is in healthcare. So the NHS, for example, have a high cost of missed MRI and scanning appointments each year because of anxiety. So people will essentially fail to turn up to a scan because they're anxious about the scan. And that cost we estimate to be sort of in the many millions of pounds each year. Our software can be used to essentially screen for people by putting them into a virtual environment that's similar to the clinical environment. The software is in use with two trusts at the moment, but we've just received Innovate UK funding to make a more advanced version of the software that's going to be more adaptive and more applicable to different service areas in the NHS. So we're on a 2-year development scheme at the moment towards clinical trials, and at that point we expect it to be more broadly applicable across a range of sectors for mental health kind of issues and service kind of accessibility issues. We moved to the Science Park exactly a year ago. Prior to that, we were based not too far away, actually, near the airport. We tend to grow over the next couple of years, and we've been growing actually the last year. And one of the great things about the Science Park is it affords the capacity to be able to grow on a kind of like quite an organic basis. So as soon as we're big enough, we can kind of essentially move into a different suite. We've noticed lots of benefits associated with being at the Science Park. Some of those are around essentially our customer experience. So they appreciate coming to a facility like this. We can entertain them in the cafe. We've got great meeting room facilities here, really kind of modern and high-spec kind of facility that people expect. Being a tech company, people kind of expect that we'd have those kind of facilities, which is great. But we get lots of kind of like associated benefits for being in the Science Park. So we're part of the SETsquared scheme, which is also based here. And so we have access to those facilities and also a lot of expertise that comes with that scheme. So there are a lot of people that we can just simply walk up a floor and go and speak to and get some advice. Especially useful in terms of the stage of the business that we're in at the moment. When we're looking to expand, we're looking to grow, and we need that kind of, can't necessarily afford to have those people in-house, but we kind of have those people kind of on our doorstep and we can go and speak to. But also there's the associated benefits from what I'd call the kind of water cooler kind of conversations that we get here. So there's lots of people, lots of companies, again, in similar stages to ourselves, that we can just kind of have those conversations over a coffee about, well, how are you getting on with something? How have you solved this problem? You know, what do you know about this kind of thing? And we find it's hugely useful in that respect. And our clients come from, well, all over the world, but also all over the country. They find it very easy to get here. If they're driving, they can just come drive straight in, and it's very easy to find. In terms of staff, we have a lot of staff in the region, actually, across Devon. So we have people that come from Plymouth, we have people that come from kind of Exeter, and we have people who come from the kind of sticks around. And to be honest, what surprised us moving in here was actually not many people are driving here. Quite often they are getting trains or buses to Exeter and then connecting transport out.